A lot of fancy boats down at the wharf this week. The Clip Around the World race Fleet Week has arrived, serving as a host port for the worldwide race celebrating America's 250th. So 10 racing yachts are in the nation's capital, and that includes Team Washington, D.C. We are rooting for Team Annie Mae, who is apparently about to ask for permission to board.
Permission to board, please? Let's see if George can give me permission to board. We're joined here, Events DC, the Clip Around the World race. It is going to be very fun. A stop here at the wharf. Again, you're joining us here. We'll talk a little bit about the boat behind us, but first, just tell us about the entire race all together and the stop here.
Yeah, of course. So we started at the end of August last year, and we have begun, or at that time begun, our circumnavigation of the globe. So it's 40,000 plus miles to get around the race in total, with about 11 months. So we started in the UK in Portsmouth and have gone down to Spain, to South America, to South Africa, through Australia, all up through Asia, and then across to the US. So the boats have just most recently come through the Panama Canal up to Washington, D.C. So it's our second time in D.C. We were here for the last edition as well.
Yes. Okay. Wow. I didn't realize that you started in August of last year. So we're months and months and months into the whole trip as a whole. When it comes from going to place, how much time in between are you guys actually on the water for?
It can really vary depending on how long the stop is. So sometimes it's a couple of weeks, sometimes, or it can range really from about 10 days to 3 weeks, just dependent on how long that sort of journey is to the next stop.
Okay, that's really interesting. I know that you mentioned that you were here last year. I was actually here last year doing the exact same thing here at the wharf. What's the reason you guys keep stopping in D.C.?
We absolutely love D.C. I mean, notwithstanding the fact that it's obviously the nation's capital.
Yeah.
So that has a massive attraction to it. There's so much going on here. We've been working with our partner Events DC for both times that we've been here, and there is just so much to see. The marina here is so perfectly suited for our fleet of 70-foot racing yachts. You know, it's really unique to come under the Woodrow Wilson Bridge too.
Yeah.
And there's so many landmarks here for the crew to go and enjoy, and just generally the facilities are perfect for us.
Do you think bringing all of this to kind of the DC area is really developmental in people learning really a little bit more about sailing, even people who have never learned anything before?
Absolutely. So one of the things that we really focus on doing when we come to a stopover is giving access to the general public. So the race is unique in that it gives access to anybody to come and race.
Yeah.
So a lot of our crew have never actually raced before, and we teach them all the way through so that they can come and actually do something like a challenge like this. So we have our activation windows at every stop, and during those we invite people to come and have a free tour of the boat. They can come down and see what life is like, meet some of the crew, and get involved with all the activities in the Fan Fest at the wharf as well.
That is absolutely wild that a bunch of them haven't even necessarily gone and done a huge race.
Some of them honestly we have to check that they can swim before coming on. We deal with all levels.
That is amazing. Where can we of course come out? We're here at the wharf. Where can we find out a little bit more information if we want to come and hang out for Fleet Week?
So we have our website, so Clip Adventures or Clip Around the World race. The wharf is also hosting us here, and Events DC as well. During the next few days we've got the Fleet Week, so come down to the wharf and speak to us. We have our big Clipper race dome, and our team will be in there giving information to the general public, and just generally come and see us. We're here for the next sort of week or so.
All right, well, thank you so much, George, for joining us here at the wharf. We've got more in the next 2 hours or so. Clip Around the World. See you after the break.